Alright guys, what is going on? We're back again with yet another video, and today what we have in hand is a shoe that actually completely flew under the radar. They released on April 15th, which was a Tuesday, which was only a couple of days ago, and we already got them in hand today. They came in pretty quickly, which is always nice for Nike to do. These right here are the Nike Air Jordan 4 SBs in the navy colorway, and believe it or not, these are the only SBs that have come out since the Pine Green SBs, which were one of the most hyped shoes of the entire 2020s, in my opinion. Throughout 2020 until now, Jordan 4 SB Pine Greens were up there. They released in 2023. I had them for a little bit in a size 10. And my dad hit on those, and he also managed to somehow hit on these as well, which is not really saying much because these were a lot easier to get than the Pine SBs. But they are still an SB, and they're still worth looking at for sure, even though no one is talking about them for some reason. But yeah, like I said, they released on April 15th, 2025 for a retail price of $225. Which is high, man. These Jordan 4s have always been on the expensive side. Unfortunately, it's just how it's been. And yeah, so jumping into the box, we got a standard, I guess not really that standard, because these are the Jordan 4 SB box. Jordan 4s usually don't come in a box like this. That is the size tag for legit checking purposes. You got Nike SB on both sides. And it's almost like an SB dunk box, more so than a regular Jordan 4 box. Yeah, I'm looking at my Jordan 4 boxes. They're usually coated in this pattern that's on the wrapping paper, except they have it on the outside of the box. So that is pretty cool that they decided to do a little bit of a different box with the SBs. So this is only the second time we're seeing an SB in this green glossy box, and on top it also says Flight, and it shows the Jumpman. I also have the military blue Jordan 4s right here for comparison's sake, so we'll jump into that in just a little bit, go over the differences and whatnot. So right here in the flesh is the shoe itself. The lateral side does show the regular Jordan 4 silhouette that we all know and love, just with the SB details. So what does that mean? That basically means you got Nike SB on the back of this shoe. That's the main detail, I would say, between these and a regular Jordan 4. Then you got this pull tab right here, which is a lot softer than a traditional Jordan 4. So I'll try and do the same thing with a traditional Jordan 4, and you can see the flop is a lot more potent there. It doesn't bounce back as far, whereas on this pair it pretty much goes like all the way back, and it's done in like a rubber as opposed to, well, I guess they're both rubber, but the one on the regular ones almost feels infused with the plastic. And there you can see the color difference between the two Jordan 4s rather. In my left hand over here you got the military blues, and in my right you got the navy SBs. So the navy SBs are definitely more of a navy. The military blues are more of a light blue or like a cobalt kind of color. I personally think the color is actually better on the militaries, but that's just me. It's really similar, to be honest. It's a really similar shoe. The only differences other than that is that the upper is a very distinct white. It's like an Air Force One white, whereas on the militaries, it's just a little bit of a different tone. I actually wish the militaries had this type of white. I think it would go a lot better. Clear air bubbles on both. The quality of the leather on these is a bit better. It's still not phenomenal, but it's pretty good, I would say. It's probably around the same as the green SB Pine Greens. Like I said, Nike SB there. You got Nike Air on the regular ones. And then on the medial side, same deal. The shoe is coming out brighter than the military's on camera because the white is more of a regular pure white. Maybe even almost a little bit too bright in the camera. Hopefully it's not blinding you guys. But here's another thing. On the flight tag, you got a Jumpman that's red. On the militaries, you got one that's blue, pretty much in line with the rest of the shoe. Both of them feature rubber on the wings logo. Not the wings logo, but like the actual wings. These are a lot more broken in, even though I didn't wear them that much. But yeah, and also the outsole on the Navy SBs is also done in gum white and red, so that is definitely different than these, which is just blue and white there. The inside of the shoe, you would think that the SBs would have more padding, but I don't really see it personally. I think that the militaries and the Reimagined 4s both feature that improved padding because that's just a comfort thing that shouldn't be exclusive to the SBs in my opinion. Yeah. So what else with this shoe? Not really that much to say about the shoe. It's a pretty standard Jordan 4, just with those couple of details I mentioned. If you want to jump to the right side, there's really no difference between the shoes. Jordan 4s are usually pretty uniform across both sides. And you do actually have Nike SB on the insole. I didn't mention that yet, but you do have that for branding purposes. Sizing wise, in my opinion, I would go up a half size. I had the Pine SBs in a size 10, which is my shooter size, and they would always squeeze on my pinky toe just a little bit more than I felt comfortable with. So I would personally go up a half size. And my militaries, I got them in a 10.5, and they definitely fit better than the 10s that I've worn. Quality of materials, we could put these back because we won't be needing them anymore. Quality materials on the SBs is, like I said, good but not great. It's pretty stiff still, but it does have a bit of give to it, definitely. The shoe has no give. The shoe is not a comfortable shoe. They've made efforts to improve the comfort a little bit more as opposed to the other Jordan 4s before 2023, so that's cool, I guess, but it's not a comfortable shoe. This is one of the most uncomfortable Jordan Retros on the planet. Like, if you want comfort, these are not the ones. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm probably going to end it off here. Not much else going on with this shoe. Resale is very low right now. They're selling for like $50 more than retail. So if you want them, you should easily be able to grab a pair on the secondary market for under $300, depending on size. Some sizes might be a bit higher. But yeah, with all that being said, thanks for watching. Take care. More to come. I'll see you all soon. Peace.